Hi, this is Marianne from Everlook Photography. We are at Warariki Beach, just north of Collingwood, the South Island of New Zealand. We're shooting this rock here, which is only really accessible very closely at low tide, which is what it is right now. I'm about maybe 200 meters from the rock. Sunset shoot. There's a little bit of cloud cover blowing in from the west, which might add some interest to the sky just up here. And you can see the sun's making some really nice what we call God rays here at the moment. So I've taken my polarizer off because I'm shooting into the sun. It doesn't really help if you shoot directly into the sun with a polarizer. And to catch those rays, because they're right at the horizon, and it's a dead straight horizon. I've used a 3-stop reverse grad, so it's darkest at the horizon, so I get most of my color here where I want it. And then I've made a separate exposure for this rock because I don't want it to be a silhouette. If you want it to be a silhouette, it's not a problem. The grad is not going to make a difference, but I don't want it to be a complete silhouette. So I've taken 2 exposures, one with a grad for the light, and one correctly exposing the rock. And I will manually blend that in Photoshop later. So we're just going to hang around for a little bit and see what the light does tonight, and see what kind of shots we can get. Alright, so I've moved a little bit closer to the water's edge, and you can see I've got a beautiful reflection down here, and also colours of the sun will be reflected in the wet sand here. The clouds are looking quite nice, and as you can see, I'll just demonstrate with a 3-stop how much of a difference it can make. I'll just pull that down and see that makes the rock quite dark, but the sun then here is not so bright, and to make the exposure a little bit easier, you take that away, it really looks quite bright. So what you would do, because the foreground is really dark, you expose for the foreground and then pop your grad on top and make the exposure like that. I might try and catch it with some of this water coming in, have some long exposure water movement to add some foreground interest, but as you can see, I've framed it so that there's a little bit of foam at the front here, just so it looks a little bit more interesting rather than just plain sand. Alright, so let's do it. Right, so I just shifted my position slightly because I noticed that there's a stray cloud up here that was catching some of the light and is reflected down here. Just add a little bit more interest to the left side of screen. If I move it too much to the left, there's a headland here, which I don't really want in my composition. I really just want the rock. So I framed it as tight as I can to the edge, with my horizon slightly towards the upper third, and you can see that these fall along the horizontal thirds, sorry, the vertical thirds in my composition, and the horizon will sort of sit on the top third, and this foam down here is sort of adding interest to the bottom third. So the sun is just about to disappear behind the clouds, so we're going to watch for some rays coming out the top of the clouds here and see whether these higher clouds up here light up.